Hello, class. Have you ever wondered how a rocket launches off to space? Rockets are launched off to space by the third law of motion. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. This simple rocket activity will demonstrate to students how a balloon moves the opposite way when the air comes out, like a rocket. Let me show you a quick example. The materials for this activity are the rocket worksheet, a straw, balloons, tape, a string, scissors, clips, colors, and a pencil. All these materials are required to complete this activity. You will also need 2 chairs to build a setup that looks like this. Later in the video, I will explain how to build this step by step. First, let's start off with setting 2 balloon rockets like this. Grab your colors and start coloring on your rocket cutout worksheet. Then, grab your scissors and cut along the dotted lines. Ask the teacher for help if needed. It should look something like this. Then, you will repeat to have a total of 2 rockets.
Bam.
Once you have 2 or more rockets completed, let's start building the setup with the chairs. You grab the end of the string and tie it to the top end of the chair. Then, you will use the rest of the string to reach the other side where the second chair is placed. Cut the correct amount where it is enough string to tie on the chair. But before you tie again, insert a straw through the string. Also, make sure the straw is in between both chairs before you tie the end of the string to the top end of the chair. The final result should look like this. Blow up the balloon with air and add a clip to the end of the balloon where the air comes out so it does not inflate. Tape that same balloon onto the straw just like this. On the side of the balloon, tape your 2 paper rockets you created. Make sure the end of the rocket lines up with the end of the balloon. Pull the chairs apart to stretch the line tightly. Now, let's begin the experiment. Students will begin predicting what will happen when an adult releases air from the balloon by unclipping the end of it. Hypothesis is a smart guess about what you think will happen in an experiment. It's something you can test to see if you are right or wrong. For example, a student might say, "My hypothesis is the balloon rocket makes it through the string." The nose cone of the rocket points in the direction the rocket will travel. This causes the balloon to move straight forward. The direction the air will move when it's released from the balloon is that way. Carefully unclip the end of the balloon and see what happens. The balloon traveled in the opposite direction from which the air escaped. Was your hypothesis correct? For example, a student might say, "Yes, my hypothesis was correct." Scientists must repeat an experiment many times. Doing an experiment more than once helps make sure the answer is correct. Like scientists, the class must repeat the experiment with the balloon to determine that the same results are always the same. Repeat building the setup one more time. Once you've finished, you may now repeat the experiment. Was your hypothesis correct again? What did you learn? For example, a student might say, in conclusion, when the air was released from the balloon moved in the opposite direction. In a rocket, gas comes out of the balloon and pushes that rocket up. In the balloon experiment, air comes out of the balloon and pushes it the other way. Just like a rocket, the balloon moves in the opposite direction of the air coming out.